The final challenge in KSB2e Labyrinth of Heat is the snowball assault. Let me toggle on the mini-map. So we enter here, and you can see that there's a cavern, and the cavern's divided into 3 segments. And what you need to do is you need to get to the exit on the other end of the cavern, and this cavern is protected by 3 snowball firing turrets that are going to fire snowballs at you, and you have some safety stations that you can take cover behind. And what you need to do is you need to calculate solutions that arm your laser so that you can turn each of these off. So in the first turret, using the heat flow formula, I have to solve for Q. So I have all the other variable information I need to know. I can just solve for Q, and when I do solve for Q, that will arm my laser and I can turn off that turret. I can't go past this first turret because there's an invisible force field that won't let me go by, so I have no choice but to solve for Q first. Each time a snowball hits me, I lose 5 energy points. When I solve the turret, I collect 150 energy points, plus there are energy joules that are on each of these stations that I'm going to be able to collect. Once I conquer the first turret and arm my laser and turn it off, then I need to go to the second phase, and I have to solve for L. So I have Q and I have the other variables in the equation. Now I need to determine what is the thickness of the material for that given solution to arm my laser. And then my final problem, I have to solve for the area. So there are 3 different solutions that I need to calculate. When I click on my slate, my superphone button, I'll see that for each turret that I'm about to encounter, I have the information I need to solve for Q. So I can begin by solving for Q right now. Before I do anything else, I can get out a piece of paper and a pencil and use my calculator, whether it's on my computer or a hand calculator at my desk, and I have all the information that I need here to be able to solve for Q. So I'm going to demonstrate how I would do that for each of these next. So I'm going to enter into the challenge, and as I move back and forth, the laser is going to target me and fire snowballs at me, and each time a snowball hits me, I lose 5 points. I get behind these blue cover stations, and now the turret can't hit me, so this is a refuge that I have, and each time I collect a joule I get another 20 points as I have in the other levels. So I need to go down the cavern this way. Let me toggle my camera views so we can see what this looks like. So right now my turret is firing at my character, and in the next challenge, which is around the corner, this is the second turret, and then this is the final turret that protects the elevator that gets me out of the labyrinth of heat. I can't make any progress because there's an invisible force field here. So the only way that I can continue down the cavern is by turning off this turret. Once I turn off the turret, then I'll be able to proceed. In order to shoot my laser and turn off the turret, I have to hit this target. So I just left click on it. And when I left click on it now, I'm shooting my laser, and my laser's red, which means my laser is not armed. When my laser is armed and can disable the target, it will be green. So I have some instructions here at the top of the screen that tell me type in solution for Q and hit enter key to arm the laser. So we're going to use the T key. That's our hotkey that turns on our ability to enter in type, T for type. And when I hit the T key, I see a little yellow caret here that shows me, okay, I can type in information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have solved for Q. Using the surface area formula, I have all the information I need to solve for A, and using the heat flow formula, I know it's covered with a 1/2 inch of plywood. I know what the K value for plywood is. I know what the 2 temperatures are for TH and TC, so I can calculate for Q. So I need to calculate what that is. Now I'm going to type in a value that's silly. That's not the correct answer because I don't want to give you the solution. So I'm just going to type in 111.11. That is not the correct answer. but I'm going to say that is in this instance, and I'm going to type it in, and it says hit enter key to arm laser. So I'm going to hit the enter key, and when I do, it says laser armed. Now if I shoot at my target, that means it's going to shoot a green laser and turn this turret off. And sure enough, my laser was armed, I shot it at the target, my turret turned off and turned toward the sky, my interface is cleared here, I got 150 points awarded to me, and now I'm going to be able to proceed on into the next part of the scene. And as soon as I get here, the next turret starts to fire at me. Now I can see that my information on the screen has changed. It says type in solution for L and hit enter key to arm the laser. So when I look at my slate, I have all new information. I have a different problem. So now I'm solving for a rectangular prism, and here's the length, width, and height of the rectangular prism. It's covered with polystyrene. There's the K value for polystyrene. So I'm given Q, I'm given everything but L in my heat flow equation. So now I need to solve my equation for L. What thickness is going to be required in the solution of this problem? Once I calculate that, I'm ready to type in the information. So I hit the letter T, my caret illuminates here, and now I'm going to type in my solution. This is not the correct answer, but I'm just going to show you as an example some data. So I'm going to type in 222.22 and hit enter. And it says laser armed. So now I can fire my laser. Sure enough, it's green. My laser points to the sky, and now I can proceed. I want to collect that jewel. And now I'm ready to conquer the final turret. So I can see again that my information has changed. Type in the solution for A for area. So here's my new situation. For a hemisphere, 1/2 of a sphere is covered with polystyrene. The K value for polystyrene is 0.03. The thickness of the polystyrene is 1 inch. The internal temp is 56, external temp is 30, and Q is 940.87. So I have all the information that I need to be able to solve for A in this formula. So once I solve for A, then I'm ready to do the same thing here. I'm going to hit T, and I'm going to type in my answer. Now, of course, this is not the correct answer, but I'm just going to type in this example that I set up for you, and it says laser armed. And now I can fire my laser, and it turns off the turret. Collect this jewel, and the last thing I'm going to do is come over here and light the floor target, and that opens up this elevator, and now I am done with KSB2 Labyrinth of Heat. So there's your challenge. Conquer the snowball assault by solving for Q, turning off with your laser, turning off the turret. Solve for L, which arms your laser to turn off the second turret. Solve for A, which you can use to arm your laser and turn off the final turret, and then you have completed the KSB2.